I am sure if you are here today, you have asked yourself a lot of times, what is the purpose of life? Why am I truly here? Why was I even born? And this is not just a question that actually is in your mind. This is a question that has been there in so many people's minds, be it the sages, be it the seekers. Every single human being thinks about this question once in their life. So, that is something I really want to unpack in today's video. So, if you're new here, I'm Vesh, and this is the place where we talk about everything from spirituality, manifestation, reality creation, and even, understanding the soul's evolution and the deeper meaning of everything that's happening in your life so that you can take all these concepts and implement them in your daily life so that you can make your life more easy and more calm. So, without any further ado, let's talk about what is the real purpose of our human life over here. So, we are living in a world where we are constantly being told find a purpose, find a relationship, find a job, find things that you're passionate about, make money, etc. etc. These things are important. But what we are rarely taught to ask is who is the I that really wants all these things? And this is a process of self discovery that you go through when it comes to understanding who are you as a person? What are you as a person? You are not this body. You are not everything that's around you. You are actually pure consciousness that has taken the form of human body and you have come on the earth. Now, if you're born on this earth, 100% you have certain karmas that you actually have to burn. You have certain lessons that you have to live through. And that is the contract of planet Earth in itself. Now, Earth has something known as spiritual amnesia. The moment a soul is actually born, we forget all our past lives. We actually forget the lessons here. So, the deeper meaning behind life is not actually to make money, not actually to make something of yourself, but it's actually to understand who you truly are. Who is the I behind all of this, and who is the I living this entire life? So we are not just our body and mind. We are actually souls wearing a costume of our human body, truly here to learn what the soul actually is all about. And the soul is truly a fraction of God. So if you have that fraction inside you, then that truly means that you are also God within human form. And we come on this life to actually experience things like suffering. That is the soul's journey. Because without that suffering, you truly cannot understand and experience your own divinity in this life. And your soul actually truly wants to go home. Where is home? To the divine, because your soul is a part of the source. And all the ache, all the suffering is actually for us to find that source within us. Because had it not been for that, you wouldn't have even wanted to be born on this earth to actually master the suffering. So you came here with your own choice. You chose your life path. You actually chose your parents. You chose how things will unfold in your life, what relationships will come in your life, what you have to master. But the thing is, we have free will in this life. And because we have spiritual amnesia and we don't truly remember, it's truly upon us to actually find our way among all the suffering that we are going through. And to be honest, our world around us, everything is known as Maya. It's an illusion. That is the biggest obstacle that we actually have to transcend. So, Earth School, in a lot of way, is actually the hardest planet and place to be actually born in because all the other intergalactic worlds, other planets which actually have life on them, they don't have this forgetfulness. They do not have the spiritual amnesia. So Earth is kind of like a quarantine zone where you truly cannot see what is happening outside. This is why other intergalactic beings from outside they can see what is happening in Earth, but we don't even know if there's anyone truly existing outside. But you can also see a lot of people actually even channeling all these intergalactic beings and talking through them, where your brain's frequency can actually match to their frequency, but you have to do a lot of spiritual work to evolve to this stage to actually connect with people and to also channel someone who's not living on this earth. So, what is the soul's true goal? Once the soul actually starts seeing beyond the illusion, that is when it actually starts transcending it. Now, we know we are still in the illusion, we know we are still in the density when, we are deeply hurt, when we are in that victim mentality, when we are constantly blaming other people. But the moment you actually start transcending that illusion is where you see everyone else as a lesson that came for your soul's own evolution. You don't blame them, but you actually start looking within. What is it within me that attracted this person towards me? What is this within me that attracted this experience towards me? Why is this causing me pain? What is the bigger meaning behind all this? What is the bigger purpose behind this pain? And one thing that has truly helped me in my life is whenever I'm in pain or whenever I have gone through a bad experience, I ask myself, okay, why did I choose this before I was even born? Why did I actually invite this into my life? Because there's a reason why this happened to me. And if I look back into my life, all the traumas that I've had, all the bad relationships that I've had, I do not have anything against them at this point because I kind of see through that. It all happened for me, not to me. And when you start developing this mindset, that is when you truly start transcending and moving past the veil of that Maya, of illusion in itself. So, the goal actually is not for us to survive and thrive on earth. It's actually for us to understand our true, real divine nature because our soul longs to return back to the origin point. Now, you can call that God, you can call that divine intelligence, you can call that consciousness, you can call it whatever you want. You can even give that God a name if you want. But you truly want to go back to that. But a soul cannot rise within your body when your ego is indulged in self destruction, when your ego is indulging in this density, in this heavy illusion that actually surrounds all of us. And for you to come to your truest essence, where you're living in alignment, your body and mind has to be purified. And how does the body and mind purify? When you welcome all the suffering into your life and when you actually move through it and when you transcend it, not distract yourself. You have to walk through the fire and get out on the other side, because the more you feel it and the more you actually allow the grief and your emotions to come out, you are actually cleaning your subconscious in the whole process, because you truly would have not attracted these negative experience that we call into your life had it not been for any pre-existing wounds or karma that your soul already carried within you before you were even born in this life. And when we are living in this illusion, this is where we use our five senses. We truly believe that anything that we perceive with our five senses is the only truth there is the only reality there is. But we as humans, in this three-dimensional world, we can only perceive a fraction of reality. We don't even know the things we are capable of. We don't even know the things that's there in our subconscious. There are a lot of things that we cannot see, and there are a lot of things that science cannot prove. But just because it can't be proven doesn't mean that, it doesn't exist. So your mind actually plays a very important role for your soul to actually emerge, because the mind is in the driving seat. If your mind is not cleared first, no matter what happens, your soul actually cannot come out. Your truest essence cannot come out. And the mind is where all the negativity is harboring. It's kind of living. It lives in your conscious mind and it also lives in your subconscious mind. So when we are actually healing a trauma, right, we are mastering our mind. We are clearing the subconscious junk. We are clearing the junk from our conscious brain as well. And this is where our truest nature comes out. The soul's truest nature is that of unconditional love. The soul is actually pure light. Because, as I said, the soul is part of the divine. The soul is actually a fraction of God. And God is actually pure love. So, your soul is also pure love. It's pure peace. It is a state of light. But the human costume that you're wearing and the five senses that actually comes along with it, and also the ego that is there within you, this is kind of putting blanket on top of the soul. So you have to first clear these blanket layers for your soul to actually come out. And when your soul truly comes out and when you reach that stage of enlightenment, that is where you truly get liberated. The soul gets liberated then. We are all here to actually get liberated. Our soul is here so that we do not actually come back to earth school again and again. We have taken birth so that we can clear our karma, so that we never actually have to come back into the suffering again and again. But in the process of actually burning our karma, we collect more karma with every single life. This is why you have to be conscious. Now, karma is not something that is all about revenge. Karma is about whenever you actually deviate from your soul's true frequency and alignment, that is when you collect karma. So, this is all to say, the soul's true purpose, our true purpose in this life is not for us to become successful. It is not for us to live in luxury. It is not for us to, just find the love of our life and also be in a relationship. It is for us to understand that we are souls. The purpose of this life is actually to break through the illusion. The purpose of your life is for you to understand that you are God in human form. And if you're truly God, you cannot let all these gossip and you cannot let all the things that other people think of you truly affect you, right? But that requires mastery of the mind first, mastery of ego, where you start moving towards a state of detachment, where also anyone's presence, anyone's absence, or anything that actually happens to you cannot shake you, cannot shake the true core of who you are. And the last purpose is so that you can truly go through this human experience and find your way back. Find your way back to source, find your way back to the divine. I hope this episode actually made you realize a lot of things and probably even answered some of your questions. And I hope it was also insightful. So I'll see you guys in the next one.